Well, hello there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Try New Things. I'm glad you took the time to join me today because I stopped this morning and I picked up some supplies. And what I intend to do is build a trellis down in the raised garden beds so I can get my cucumbers planted and they can crawl up that trellis and we can just pick cucumbers off at head height. Anyway, that's the vision. Let's see how it turns out. So here's what I picked up this morning from Rural King. They call it sheep and goat panel. And it's 4 foot by 16 foot. And I've got it in my little trailer. Just bowed it out and installed it in there. It worked pretty good. But I picked up 3 of these panels. 2 of them are going to be for today's project where we're going to make the trellis for the cucumber plants. The other one, my intention is in a future project to build a compost pile. But I figured I might as well go ahead and pick them all up today at the same time. So let's get these offloaded and start making a trellis. So here we are out at the raised garden beds where we want to put in that trellis. And that's those 2 with nothing planted in them yet. You can see the strawberries are coming along great. Blueberries are doing well. The rest of the beds we're waiting to plant. So we've got to first install our T-posts that are going to support the goat and sheep panels that we picked up. So I'm going to figure out the layout I want and then start driving the panels there. So here's the rough layout. I went ahead and I'm using 7-foot T-posts because I figure I got to drive them at least 2 feet into the ground in order to be good and sturdy. The first foot is just the topsoil in the raised garden beds. I got to get down underneath of that. But my intention is to overlap these panels probably about 6 to 8 inches and end up with around a 7-foot wide trellis. And my spacing from the posts in the middle of one bed to the posts in the middle of the other is 48 inches. So for any of you guys that are hell-bent on perfection, turn away now briefly. If you look at these nearest 2 posts, it wasn't long before I got a reminder of what kind of soil I'm sitting on here out at the TNT farm. And that's limestone bedrock. So I hit rock with those first 2 posts and they're not going down any further. But they did go down a little bit more. The other ones turned out okay, so hopefully this is all going to come together. But the next thing we got to do is bring over the panels. Now for the trickiest bit as a solo player, and that's to get that 16-foot unwieldy panel in between those T-posts and then do it again. Let's go get the other one. So what did we get accomplished today? We got one very good looking trellis installed. Those straps were a lifesaver if you're by yourself to get these bent panels into place. I've gone ahead and attached them with the appropriate T-post clamps. And one thing that I've done that I haven't seen anybody else do, and I don't know if it's completely necessary, also not sure if it's going to show up. What I've done with some form tying wire is I built a lattice crisscrossing in the middle in 2 locations, and this will help it keep its shape. So over time, what I'm worried about is it'll eventually push out the tops of these T-posts, but since I've done a weave lattice through there, let me see if I can get it from the other side. Not sure if it's going to show up, but I did a weave lattice of wire. Still, I can walk under no problem. I got about 7 feet of head clearance, but I'm hoping that'll keep the tops pulled together permanently, and we don't have to worry about the T-post bowing out over time. So what do you think of the trellis? Not too bad. I wish the posts had came out at the same height, but hey, what can you do when you hit rock? I guess could have came out here with the Sawzall and chopped the tops off a couple of them. But I think it worked out pretty well. Can't wait to get the cucumbers planted and watch the cucumbers grow up both sides, and then hopefully we can walk through and pick cucumbers hanging down from the middle. That's the vision. We'll see what reality turns out to be. So not too bad for a couple hours effort. I do recommend a buddy. You can do it by yourself, but it is a bit of a challenge getting those panels into place. Lifesaver was cinching them together with the strap. That was the only way I was able to do it. The hardest part was lining up the overlaps. After that, it was a piece of cake. But if you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next TNT video. Bye-bye.